Hi, this is Ron with Amazing Mile Marker Stops. We're on Crescent Lake. Look how smooth that water is. It's not often we get to cruise on really smooth water. Usually you have some amount of turbulence from the wind, a little bit of wave action, but it's just glass smooth. For a minute I couldn't tell the difference between the horizon and the lake. Here's how you fish when you want to make sure you catch something. This guy's got his entire boat is ringed with fishing poles. You're gonna make sure he gets something. While we're in Dunn's Creek, something really amazing happened, and it made me realize that I need to have more cameras set up on my boat. Because oftentimes when we see something, by the time we can get a camera and point in that direction, it's too late. And that's what happened this time. Marie did her best. She grabbed a camera and she went running trying to get it on film, but what we got is a couple pictures. That's what you're looking at right now. But let me tell you what happened. This was really cool. I'm traveling down Dunn's Creek, and of course we got the bimini top above me, so I can't see straight up. And all of a sudden, from my blind spot of the bimini top, this osprey just comes zooming down out of the sky and lands in the water about 50 feet in front of me. And he kind of goes underwater and he comes back up and he's flopping around like a wet dog. And I mean, not real graceful like you see the seagulls doing. He's just sitting there flopping like he's stuck. And finally he gets his wits about him and his wings above the water, and he takes off. And in its talons it had a perch, panfish. I'm not sure what kind of fish it was, but it was big enough to eat. I mean, we could have thrown it in the skillet and had fish for dinner. And it takes off slowly at first, gains altitude, and it immediately banked because I'm coming at it. And it banked and started heading away from us. And as it's flying away, it's getting higher and higher. And I'm just watching it go, wishing, gosh darn, I wish I'd had a camera. And it turned the corner around some trees, and all of a sudden, here he comes back. And I'm like, what did he turn around and come back for? And the next thing you know, right behind him is this bald eagle. And the eagle's chasing the osprey because the eagle wants to fish. And so the osprey's running, and they fly right back over us again. And you can see in the picture the bald eagle chasing the osprey. And I'm like, why was my video camera not running? And they just keep on going right past us, and they do this little diving and dance with the osprey trying to avoid the eagle, and the eagle's trying to get the fish from the osprey. And it was just once in a lifetime thing to catch, and so close right there in front of us. And I missed it all. So sorry guys, I can only tell you about it. You can look at a couple pictures that Marie got because she was quick thinking. But we're just going to have to get a bunch of cameras set up on this boat, so when things like that happen, we can share them with y'all. I wanted to show you a few pictures here, just some alligators and turtles and pretty plants, or interesting plants, that we saw along our way on Dunn's Creek. Dunn's Creek is just an absolutely beautiful place to travel. I recommend it to every boater. You got to go down Dunn's Creek. It's just really pretty. But I wanted to show you this to juxtapose what I'm going to show you next, which is the algae bloom that occurred on the St. Johns River while we were traveling it. It's kind of a night and day view. This is what we ran into about an hour and a half north of Palatka, heading towards Green Cove Springs. The water just got dark and thick, and you had this stuff on the surface that just you look kind of like whipped cream. I'm not sure how to describe it. And that was our first sign of trouble. It was coming into this little stream of murky, colorful stuff. As we traveled further, it got worse, and it got to the point that it looked like we were going to run up on land. But that was just algae. I actually saw it from quite a distance away and was concerned because it looked to me like beach coming out from both sides of the shore, and I wasn't quite sure where I was supposed to navigate. But I'd come south through here and hadn't had any trouble, so I was a little confused by this beach that wasn't there when I came through before. It ended up just being this algae, and you can see it's just all kinds of colors. There was greens and blues and whites and purples and browns, and some of it was just ugly colors, some of it was pretty colors. But the overriding thing of all was the stench. It smelled like thousands of dead fish. You can see the real pretty blues there, but I mean, it just smelled horribly. And we were actually supposed to drop anchor right around this area for the night, and they were going to make Green Cove Springs the next day. But the stench was so horrible that we decided to just keep on going. We traveled in this for about an hour and a half, with me holding my nose most of the time, before we finally broke out of it. And it was interesting that when we broke out, it was like somebody flipped a switch, and suddenly we were in clear water, and everything smelled fine. But this is just, I've never seen anything this bad before. One interesting thing that came out of the algae bloom, though, was the pictures. As often happens while I'm shooting video, Marie is taking pictures with a camera we use for still pictures and has a zoom lens so she can get things that are further away. And she was taking pictures of the algae bloom, and we looked at them later, and it's just absolutely beautiful artwork. It may have stunk and it may be a bad thing, but the pictures themselves were just beautiful, and we both felt you could hang it on the wall behind your couch in the living room, and it just, people pay money for that. But so anyway, if anybody's looking for any, I'm sure she'll sell it to you. But I just thought I'd share these with you because they're just really pretty pictures of something really nasty. Well, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and flip over and check out our website, amazingmilemarkerstops.com. And as always, like us on Facebook.